Hey everyone, I'm Viktor Axelsen. For those who don't know who I am, I'm two-time Olympic champion in badminton. Recently having won the Paris Olympics for the second time in men's singles was a big dream for me coming true. I'm a father to two girls on 4 years and 2 years old, together with my wife Natalia. And this is my video for young athletes, young individuals who want to get very good at something or have a healthy development. Being a parent myself, I think this is very important to talk about and something that I have a lot of motivation to talk about and to make videos about. So I hope you will enjoy this short video, and thank you so much for watching, and let's get to the video. My first tip would be, don't compare yourself to others too much, but find inspiration and find motivation by looking at others. I think especially nowadays with social media, you can look up, all the athletes or all the people you are inspired by. It doesn't have to be sports persons, it can be actors, whatever. But I think young people in general, they only look at where all these athletes are. For example, myself winning a tournament and stuff like that. And they say, oh, when Viktor was 18, he already won this and this and this. But everyone's journey is not the same. So don't compare yourself to others, even your friends at the same age as you, if they are maybe at a higher level or they accomplish more than you do. Don't get discouraged by comparing yourself to others, because it can really hinder your ability to keep growing, because you start to think, oh, I'm not good enough, or I'm not as far as this and this person. But find motivation by looking at other people, by your friends or your competitors and other athletes, looking back at their career. Find inspiration in other people and tell yourself, oh, if they can do it, then I can also do it. Maybe my road will take a little bit, will be a little bit longer. Maybe I need a little bit more time, but don't get discouraged. Don't compare too much. Find inspiration and get some motivation by looking at others. But take it easy and go your own way, and everything will be fine. Tip number 2 would be to work very hard, but remember to have fun. This is something I say very often when they ask me for tips for younger players, etc., younger athletes. I say, of course you have to work hard. When the coach is speaking, when you have your proper practice, focus, work hard, remember to get those very serious and all the repetitions, all the hard training in, but remember to have fun while doing it. Remember to set some time aside, having fun playing around with, in my case, the racket, do trick shots, play some funny games with your friends, go down in the weekend and do trick shots with your friends and family and stuff like that. Don't take everything so seriously too soon. I always say, when I look back at my career, the amount of individual trainings I had up until the age of 15 is very limited. I didn't have any individual trainings, skill sessions and stuff like that, but I had a lot of sessions with my friends where we went down, we worked on the stuff we wanted to do and stuff like that. I'm not saying that it's bad to have individual trainings and only do serious training, but I really do believe that in the long run, if a young athlete or a young individual wants to stay in the sport or in the profession and do very well, they have to have the heart with them and they have to enjoy what they're doing. And I think in order to enjoy what you're doing, you have to have fun while doing it. Still to this day, I have sessions where I just play around, I play box games, I do trick shots and stuff like that to keep my motivation to have fun. And after all, I'm still just a kid who started because I love playing badminton. And if everything is too serious too soon, I'm afraid that we will lose a lot of young athletes and individuals, because it's not enjoyable if you don't like what you're doing. My third tip would be to get really good at the simple stuff first before you start to overcomplicate things. I think many players in my field in badminton and many athletes in general, they look at way too much, way too soon, and they forget that in order to get really good at something, you have to have a very, very strong base. For me, I get a lot of questions about which exercises do I do, what do I do for recovery, what do I do for this and that, do I meditate and stuff like that. And I always say, don't overcomplicate things too soon. In order to start thinking about taking ice baths, eating this and this, meditate and all this kind of stuff and doing very complicated exercises on the court, I think first you have to get your structure and your base right. You have to get a really, you have to work on your simple attacking shots, your basic defense, your stance, your footwork. Focus on getting a very fluid footwork, getting a good base, getting strong in the simple exercises, getting strong in the rallies, have a good base, a good base when it comes to your game and your athletic abilities also in the gym. Don't try to do all kinds of different training methods and things you've seen on the internet and stuff like that, but find a way for you to get very, very strong stability. Focus on the main exercises slowly, gradually, to get really strong in that as well, before you start to look at other things. When you're at my level, when you're at this, of course you start to look at, different tweaks to your training program, your recovery methods, your sleeping methods, recovery methods and stuff like that. But for young athletes and for young individuals, you have to focus on getting very good have a very strong base, getting very, very good at the simple stuff. So that would be my third tip. Don't overcomplicate things, but get very, very good at all the simple, sometimes boring stuff, because that will be the base where you start building for your future higher level. My fourth tip would be respect. It's very important to have respect, not only for yourself, but for everyone around you. Even though badminton is an individual sport for me, I know that I can't win alone. So I have had a lot of good coaches, I had a lot of good friends, a lot of good sparring partners, etc., a great family also, who have supported me. And no matter how well I've been doing, I always remember to treat people with respect. No matter if your competitor or your friend is lower level than you, if your coach, if you think that some of the things the coach is saying you don't agree with, always have respect, always listen and be able to take in, constructive criticism, no matter what level you're at, even though you won a tournament and stuff like that. Still respect your opponent and respect people around you. That's very, very important, no matter where you are in your life. So have respect and stay humble. That would be my fourth tip. My fifth and last tip for this video would be to dream big, but start small. You can have big dreams and you should have the self-confidence to say the dreams out loud, but also be humble and know that in order to get to that point, there are a lot of small things which you have to focus on. So focusing on the process of getting very good. Having small process-oriented goals like getting better at the lift, getting better at the close net shot for me, getting a better, cross-court stick smash and stuff like that. That is small goals which you should focus on in your daily training in order to get even further and reach your dream. Don't just say, I want to win the World Championships, I want to win Indonesia Open, etc. That's all good and that's a good dream to have. But remember, in order to get there, there will be a lot of up and downs. Don't get discouraged when you get to a point where you feel like you have a little bit of a plateau. Just focusing on the process, keep working hard, and remember, in order to get very, very good, there will be a lot of things which you have to learn to figure out. Focusing on the process and not only having big goals, but having small goals, both result-oriented goals, but definitely process-oriented goals is very important for young players and young athletes in general for their development. So that would be my fifth tip, to dream big, but remember to start small and having small and big goals, and that will help you with your development.